Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the talk show with Shirley Knox, bringing you a blog about how to be able to nest yourself in the things that God has for you. I know that there's a lot of people that really would like to keep their religion private because of how God has blessed you. I met a stripper on yesterday, and she told me that she loves God and she is saved. She feels like she is saved because of how she started her way in life, and she goes to church every Sunday. I told that sister to continue to be encouraged because God is the meaning of everything that we do have and the sources of enlightenment. Of all of the things that I have seen about starting this blog, I wanted to see how a person in sexuality would be able to see a great thrive in me because I have been out there in my own rulings in life, and I'm asking God to forgive me for all of the changes that I did have. Of all of the things that I have seen in this blog, I would like to let you know that this is not discrimination or anything that's full of it to the side of reality. And it is true because I went out there with her just to show her how I am supporting her out of her way of life. She said it's not fun from the beginning to the end because there are some things that are happening with skin color. What I would like to say is that those entities has been fixed for the fixated of the eyes of the person that sees that person. When I showed her this in education, she realized that she was not the one that was going to get herself fixed up to be light skinned in order for herself to be able to be a part of a main path. It was her decision to become light skinned. And since she told me that I never told anybody until today, and I'm not going to release her name, but she said that she really do like the fact that she makes at least $2 or $3 million a month that she pay her tithes at church. She passed away with talking to me. Her family did not know where she was, and someone that was tied to her shot her in her head and made her feel as if she was the one that was giving out the austeriot. This is a time and a message for me to let you know what if you do pass away and you are a trilogy of our best. What I would like to say is I thank God that we have these tunes because the Lord has given us great sexuality in a marriage. If you know that there is a cost in life, being a redundant does not give you anything to be able to be in the plat. It has a lot of plateaus that would be in strong elegance. What I would like to say is that this great time to be able to know is that her name is Christian, since I know that she had passed away 2 weeks ago. In all of my time, I look and I see exactly how God has given me everything I need. And I said it wasn't the fact that people are redundant in their redeems. It's because those things are not true when it comes to the mind of the plateau. And see, she was not supposed to be in that because we at that time were doing some church service things that was in part of her reality of what the things to happen in the past, present, and future. What I would like to give you is something to be able to be in tow with, and I'm very happy that we do see these things as being reluctant to the time that God has for us. If you really want to be a person that wants to go back into time and try to fix something about a scenario or a subject, especially when children are involved, you would be wrong as of this day. Being an example shows that you are the one that's going to pull up your sleeves and help out where you can. In this fact, I really do see how God has given a measurement to the things that are happening in the past, present, and future, because God is the one that gives out the points to be able to be redeemed. And all of the causes, I do see where there are many things that's going on in this time. And please forgive me if you feel as if I'm the one that's taking up for a nation or a kind. When I look at them, I look at these are people. I meet people all the time, properly dressed and well and ready to go. In my own art street, I really would like to continue to keep myself together in my finance. I'm asking God to help me to be able to complete some projects so I will be able to get monetized or paid. In my own official moment, I really realized that God has given me what I need in order for myself to be able to be in contrast. In my event, I'm telling you, it's hard world out there, like she said. And I know not just only her, but a few other more that are still living and they're living their lives and I will not be able to release their names. But what I will say is that I'm going to continue to keep myself together because I don't want to develop my family into these things. I take care of many children, and I want you to know that there are some people that would like to be sarcastic about the system they have built for themselves. That's their business. But in my kind of contrast, God church service goes on anything and make it a bluff. If there is anything that you could do, mind your own business for now on, because it's a lot of people that don't know that. In my own form of reality, I look at that and someone told me that and I said, well, it's not the fact that I'm not minding my own business, but this is church service. How can I help you? And all of my adoring, I did not know that, but what I will say is that I will not allow myself to be peaceful about this statement. Do not mess with my mother. The only thing that I have ever done in church service was serve. And I'm asking God to stop this statement from going because it really is intimidating when it comes from someone of an ex. You will have to deal with that on your own terms, is what I said. God is the meaning of every culture and every service, and I will continue to keep myself together. Of all of the things that I have in right, I'm glad that I have to say this. My ex-husband, he passed away a total of 2 years ago. He passed away 7 years ago, and I just was able to get his body 2 years ago. His name was Darlin Scar. I know a lot of you know him because of the peacemaking that he have gave. But what I will say is I met him innocent at the age of 7 years old, and I was 2 years old. And we have been planning and makeshifting all of it since then. I know which one is which. That's the real reason why a blessing will always be in cause. In my events, we shall continue to keep ourselves together because God gave us a plateau of the things that are happening in the past, present, and future. And all of the things that I can say is I will be able to reach my goals, even if I'm 80 years old, just because of that. I can wait and keep going. Lord, help me to be able to make it through this time so I will be able to see the executive in the cast. I will not allow myself to be upset about those things because God is the meaning of every word, every fortune. And a test does tell the truth. That reading is what I'm supposed to be doing. I will continue to keep myself in contrast with those things and realize it's not what you know all the time. It's what you read about, because that's the real reason why I'm here on today. I hope and pray to God that every stripper will realize that God does love you. And when you have an encounter like that, you got to be able to be professional and L-wise because they will not allow themselves to come near you. Of all of the things that I see in the path, it could be a whole family of people that's watching that one person go to church and not giving out the word because that person was only picked for their own culture because they picked her to go out and do these things. And she said that she was saved, sanctified, filled with God's holiness, and she don't want to do these things. So on my own, habituated mass, I leave those people alone and pray for them. I never tried to put myself in a culture to realize that, it's a strip club and I want to go in and evangelist to a strip club. I've never been that contrite, never been that type of rebellion. But what I will say is that I pray for every person to be able to continue to keep themselves together because it's not the life that you want to live, but at least you was trying to do something for yourself in order for yourself to be able to make it. And God is your judge. Of all of the judgment that I have had judgment about my weight, about how I cannot see, I'm blind. They call me Chorus eyes, 4 eyes, 7 eyes, 10 eyes, eyes. And those things are not true, but I just let it go on because God has a plan for me. In my own course of life of enlightenment, I want you to continue to know that God is good. Please do not forget to submit a comment in the comment area below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and God bless you all day long. In the name of God, God is good.